Tonight is Wednesday, September 9th, 2015, and we are here in the RX studio in Westbury, New York, filming The Fitness View. I'm your host, Lena Mission, and I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, Tennille, the Bomb Ray.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
And we have a very special panel tonight. We have our famous IFBB Pro, Brooke Cook, and we have IFBB Pro, Jillian Reville, and new IFBB Physique Pro, Jenaya Hofer.
All right.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay, great. 'Cause I have an issue with names. But we have a lot to talk about tonight with the Olympia coming up. The Olympia preview will be with Jillian Reville. Jillian, would you like to give us a little bit input on what you feel and your thoughts about the Olympia?
Well, just a quick starter that this is the first Olympia that I will not be in since the first
Okay.
since the WP came onto the scene 2 years ago. It was definitely not my year, which was unfortunate, but I had a lot of things going on. It was kind of heartbreaking to miss out on the Olympia this year, but I definitely wished all the girls well, and I definitely have a lot of favorites and a lot of opinions on how things will go and how things will go in the future. So,
Well, I mean, I've seen some photos of you in your last competition, and I thought you were on point. I mean, from the photos that I saw,
Right.
you just
Absolutely.
looked
Agreed.
sharp, you looked amazing.
Thank you.
Why do you feel you didn't place where you should have placed? I mean, my thoughts are the girls are just getting bigger. They're getting bigger, and the girls that have that streamlined, beautiful physique are kind of getting lost in the larger physique competitors coming in on stage. Why do you think they placed you where they placed you? Because I can't see it. I don't know.
well, to be honest, I'm my biggest critic. I wasn't on this year. I wasn't as sharp as I normally am. But again, I had been told by many that they didn't want me to come in shredded. I needed to be bigger and fuller. So for me, coming in bigger and fuller, I wasn't as sharp and I didn't look as great. Just like when I was back doing figure, they wanted me to be smaller. I didn't look great smaller. I looked better, bigger, and shredded. So that was kind of my issue this year. I do agree that in some cases, at a lot of the shows, they were going for a bigger competitor. And maybe not so much bigger, but more dense.
But it's women's physique.
Right.
It's not bodybuilding.
Right.
Bodybuilding, you can justify a woman being bigger. It's
Bigger and fuller,
bodybuilding.
right.
But physique is about shape. It's about symmetry.
Symmetry,
It's
yeah.
about the way the body flows. And, of course, being conditioned.
Yeah. Well,
And she's always conditioned.
I was just
All
about
right.
to say,
She's conditioned today.
Really? I mean, go, girl, just go up on the stage. I was like, are you sure you're not doing the Olympia? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm like, nah. But they came out yesterday, Jim Mannion and Sandy. They came out and they discussed that they needed to, going forward after this year, going into 2016, that women's physique will be toned down 15 to 20%. And same with men's
I think
physique.
that's a good call.
Figure
Right.
too.
And
I don't think you have to
she
figure
did
too.
admit that, oh yes, for figure.
Yeah.
But she did say that it was because of the judges. She said that. They let it get a little out of hand.
Well,
and
the judges are fans of bodybuilding.
Right.
Of course, they're going to judge the bigger, more muscular
But
athlete.
here's what I think. Even with the judges, I do feel that everybody's always looking for something different. The judges wake up and they're
It's
looking.
subjective.
You don't know
It's
what
they
they're
like.
looking for.
Subjective,
So as long as you know that you worked hard on your package and you did what you needed to do to look the part that you wanted to look, and that you feel that you looked the shit in, then hop up on that stage, because you don't know what the judges is looking for. Looking fuller, looking
Yeah.
thin. Look,
That's
definitely a
Look on the
huge
damn
problem.
Right.
And each judge, each region, like California tends to go for a certain look.
Right.
The East Coast, we all know, goes for bigger and
Right.
harder. That's just the way it always has been.
And that's the
And
feedback
that's the
they've
way
been
it'll
giving
always
you.
still go.
Right.
And therein lies the problem, that I think that girls need to pick their shows wisely. Get in front of judges that favor their physiques,
Right.
and also be the best them, because if you keep changing from show to show, you're not going to be confident.
That's right.
You're not going to feel good about your physique. And quite frankly, you don't know what those judges are going to want that day. So
Right.
Like for me this
Be
year,
your best you. That's it.
I kind of fell prey to that, and I totally screwed myself over this entire year, which happens, you know. And I've been doing this since 2007, and I still, you know, made the mistake of believing in, you know, changing my look from show to show. So.
And, you know, I do have a question because Jenaya has a quite different look than Jillian. Like she's on the
Way
bigger,
different.
right? She's on the bigger physique competitors' look. So what do you think about the drop in the 15-20%?
Well, I think for myself personally, as long as I stay where I am, I should be okay. But if I do grow a little bit more, I would probably have to move up to bodybuilding. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I mean, you look to me like you can go either way.
You can go
you
by-
can, you
yeah.
can go
You
one
got
way or
some
the other.
right now, I feel like I couldn't just because it's a mental game I'm playing with myself. But yeah, like I wouldn't have a problem, an issue with doing that. And I mean, there has to be a line, right?
Right.
Right.
You can't just keep bouncing back and forth.
I don't know. I did.
And that's what I love.
At least
and
I
that's what I
don't want
love
to,
and
right? I
really
don't want
respect
to.
about Jenaya is
Yeah.
that she's not doing this, you know, for judges. She's not doing it for anyone
Exactly.
else.
She's
She's
doing
doing
it
it
for
for her.
Exactly. Like,
And like she
I
just
like
said,
the way I
if
look.
I end up getting a little bigger, then hell, I'm going to do
Right.
bodybuilding. And that's what I respect about her, you know, and coming from someone who's relatively newer to the sport and her age, you know, she's 24. Like, I really respect the fact that she believes in herself. And she goes for what she wants, and
right.
not many people do that. So I
That's-
really respect
that's
that.
Jenaya is
impressive.
awesome.
That's
Go Jenaya.
Okay.
Let's get back to the Olympia preview. Jillian, regarding Dana Lynn Bailey, why is she not in the Olympia? Do you know anything we don't?
Yeah, well, you know,
You
as
got
far
that
as
tea, right? She got that tea.
well,
Oh.
Dana and I are pretty good friends, and you know, she did come out with the article stating that you know she's really busy. They are involved in 4 or 5 different businesses. You know, with the warehouse gym, they're talking about possibly franchising it with Flag Nor Fail. They have the warehouse speedway where they work on cars and like a bunch of other stuff. The supplement company that they're doing. So, you know, she's busy. She's doing all the tours that she goes on. I mean, I hate to say
She's
it,
making
but
money.
she doesn't
She's
need
making,
to
she's
compete.
making money.
She doesn't need to compete to be who she is.
That's right.
And that's
She
not
never
the wrong
has,
way to go.
and yeah.
And that's not the wrong way to go. It's
No.
really not. You do what you compete.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get it in. You get yourself known, and you might have to just cut to something else because then you don't have to beat your body up no more.
I mean, I'm
happy.
sure
She's
she'll
making
jump back in.
Consistent money.
Right.
Capitalizing on her name.
I'm sure
She's
she'll
very
jump in
popular.
again,
She's
you
got
know,
the name.
Well, you can do
either
that
at the
whenever.
Arnold or wherever
Right.
else. But I think she needed this
very
time to
talented,
concentrate on her and Rob and their businesses and what's going to make them profitable in the long run. Which
Sidebar though, but I think the same about Larissa Rice. I think the same way. I think she's gorgeous. She's making her money regardless. They don't want
she
her to
can
do
make money
figure.
doing
They want her to
anything she
do
wants to
physique.
do.
That is my girl crush, and I don't like girls. I have to keep saying that, but that is my girl crush, and
Yeah.
she doesn't need to step on anybody's stage.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. So anyway,
good.
All right. Now, being that we're on the same topic, what about Juliana? What do you think about Juliana? Can anybody challenge her in women's physique? Do you think there's anybody out there that could stand next to Juliana?
honestly, I think Juliana's gorgeous. She's curvaceous, which is another thing
got
I
the
like.
balance.
She
She really
has
has
it.
She has the
She
feminine
has
curve.
the look.
Yep.
She has it. So who's gonna come against her? I would need to see like what do we call it? A dark horse or something.
Well, honestly, I think Kira Newman
I'm still.
has the potential
I still don't.
to.
You know, Juliana's got it.
Juliana's
Yeah,
got
but
the
Kira,
face,
I've
she's
seen
got
Kira.
the
I've known her for a long time. You know, I've seen her come from when she turned pro in bodybuilding to what she looks like now. It like blows her old self away.
Yeah, but we're not. We
She-
can't really compare her to bodybuilding because we need
Right.
her in physique.
But no, but I'm saying like if you see what she looked like when she was in bodybuilding, she did look like a physique girl.
I still
She was
think
never
she's
quite big
untouchable.
enough.
She was not like a big bodybuilder. She was like a smaller girl in bodybuilding. You know, she just looks phenomenal. I did a show with her this year, and like, it just she blew
blew you
all of
away.
us away. And I said then at Boca, I was like, she could stand next to Juliana and possibly give her a run for her money. They're about the
We
same
soon
height.
shall see.
But-
They're about the same height.
I
Their
was just-
structure is pretty similar.
But. So we talk about everything except that face. No.
Well,
No,
once
I think Kira.
once
Kira's,
it's beat to
Kira's
death.
gorgeous.
But
Yeah,
once
she's
it's,
a-
once
she's
it's
gorgeous.
beat to death, she looks great. I know what you're talking about. She does look great. Once it's
So
beat
that's
to
all I'm gonna say is
Look at her.
when it
She
all
just-
comes down
yep,
to
there
it,
it
it's
is.
the total.
Look
it's
at
the
it.
total
Look at it.
package.
Look at it.
She's
Look at
swagged
it.
out.
Juliana has the total package.
She's super cute. She got the booty. I mean,
Look at it.
everything. She got the little exotic.
She's
look
like,
going
if you
on.
want my body and you think I'm sexy, come on, baby, let me know.
Yeah.
She's
I mean,
dope.
she's
Yes,
like an
no,
alien.
yes,
Like,
yes.
Sexiness. She's got the sex appeal.
And she's like, now where's my check? Thank you. Thank you, bye.
and let's not forget that right now she's a fan favorite. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be we got to include that she's a fan favorite.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't think that Kira could right now
will.
beat
And I- you know, I
Juliana,
understand. I
but I
liked her
think
in
standing
figure
next
too.
to each
Yeah.
other, I think they're very
They
similar.
can stand next
Yes.
to each other.
Yep,
Now,
that's
who
what I'm
takes
saying.
the
Okay, so
title,
they can
that's
stand
another
next to each other, but Juliana gets the title, and so
all right, now who's
right,
second, third, and
who's
fourth?
second?
didn't
So
say
we're gonna get.
I didn't say that.
So we're gonna get. We're looking at Kara, and I still like TC. Now
I like TC.
after
Yep.
Ticey. Oh God,
Ticey.
You know I love you, girl. You know I love you.
Ticey.
I
We'll get
still
it right.
think that I think she's gorgeous. We talked a little bit about her before the show started. And I think the only thing that I noticed with her, come to think about it, when I was at the Olympia last year, was partially presentation and size of her legs. Maybe they can be a little bit fuller. But I think she's
But not
fantastic.
after the 20% rule.
But not after the so now after the
Gotta go the other
20% rule,
direction.
then she'd be perfectly fine, I guess, right?
But I
But-
think if you really look at the 15 to 20%, I think they're not really talking about the top 5 people at the Olympia, or top 6, I'll say,
okay.
at the Olympia from last year, or the
They're
Arnolds.
talking about everyone
I
else.
think they're
Yeah.
talking about everyone
Everybody
else. Because
else.
I think it's going, in my opinion, it's going to be hard to crack into those top 6 this year in the Olympia.
And if you think about it, all the physique women, a lot of the physique women came from bodybuilding. So by right, they're
Or
going to be
figure.
big.
A lot of us
But
came from
also-
figure.
but they're
Or
going to be
figure.
big. Yeah, they're also
Yeah.
going to be bigger. Like Cynthia Cologne, for example. I love Cynthia. I think
Her
she's
legs.
awesome.
Her legs.
But Cynthia got the badunkadunk,
Yeah, no,
and
she's
her
got
legs
it.
are
Look, who's that?
crazy.
There you go.
That's Kira. That's Kira
Yeah.
Newman.
See,
Nice.
I still got my girl in place.
Well,
I still.
Well, she's got the
shall
sex
see.
appeal.
We got a few more
does.
days.
Both
We
do.
shall see.
We shall see. We shall
All
see.
right,
Both
let's
are
move
dope.
on.
Both are
Girls,
dope.
let's move on to fitness, okay?
Okay.
Which is, of course, is my
Let's move
favorite.
on. Let's move on to Lena's show. This is now the Lena
What a
show.
coincidence.
Lena, go.
All right, who is going to challenge Oksana?
Nobody.
Grishina?
No one.
nobody.
Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats nobody.
Now,
Honestly,
now can
her-
I tell you, not
Yeah.
being, biased because I love Oksana, but
She's dope.
she's just has the elegance. When she walks out on stage, she has that grace. She has that elegance. When she performs, her routine is just it's
Stellar.
It's beyond a routine. It's a performance.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is.
you're going to a
Broadway show.
Yes,
That's
right. I
yeah.
agree.
She
Yep.
she entertains you. Some of the fitness routines, they're good, they're enthusiastic, they're aerobically, they're technically correct, but they are. It's
Fire.
like, okay, how many straddle jumps are you going to do? How many
Seriously.
one-arm push-ups are you going to do? You got to put a little bit more of yourself into it. You got to put that theatrics. You got to put the feeling. She feels every single
Yeah.
movement in her routine. Now,
But-
past Oksana,
Talk about that competition.
let's talk about that competition. Who else? Who's coming up? Who's coming up? Who's up there? Who do you think? Any comments?
I do like Bethany. I always have.
I love Bethany. Love
Um,
her.
Because did she
Former gymnast. Yes.
Right, former gymnast. But how did she place at the Arnolds?
She wasn't within the top 5. I don't
Yeah.
exactly recall. Either third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third or
She's
fourth.
always
She's up
in the
there.
mix. She's always in there.
Her
I
physique.
Yes,
her physique
Her
is top.
physique,
She
I-
wins physique.
I like her
it's beautiful.
physique, but I don't like her routines.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you her routines are difficult. Looking at it at a gymnastics perspective, but and I'm gonna be critique wise. Her focus isn't at the crowd. I think if she would engage the crowd more, she would place higher. Because her routine is difficult, her lines are beautiful.
Yeah.
She's technically perfect. Everything she does is on point and perfect. But I don't see her reaching out to the crowd and pulling them in like Oksana does. Like, you got to get out of your skin and reach out and roar and just get them in there.
Yep. Exactly.
See, like even the faces she makes, the intensity of everything she
She's
does.
intense.
Right, she's intense. Okay, so I have another favorite who I think
Yeah.
is going to do very well, and I believe Whitney Jones. She has, and I told her the last competition, she won the Tampa Pro. I was very happy for her. She has struggled with the back injury. She has struggled coming into fitness. She wasn't previously a gymnast, or she doesn't have the
Wow.
same background. I remember competing with her. She reminded me, I think it was 2010 or 2011, where she was struggling doing a cartwheel back handspring. Like she almost collapsed onto her head.
Wow.
And I have seen her go from that point to improving herself, where her straddle jumps are head height, her back tucks are way over her head. Like she is a really, really tough competitor. And her routine at the Tampa Pro was very, very impressive. I was like, wow.
I want to add one more person to the mix, and I
Okay.
always, and I thought she came a little closer at
Tangi?
yes,
I
Tangi.
love Tangi.
The human Ninja Turtle.
I
She
was
is the
just-
real Ninja Turtle.
I was
And I
just
was gonna
talking
bring my
about
old
one of the
school.
most
I love
improved Tangi.
I love
I was
Tangi
waiting.
Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Please,
sharp.
Now-
somebody talk about Tangi, because these videos she'd have been putting
I
out
don't know what
is popping.
I don't know what it is. Okay, so I will say this: nobody's beating Oksana,
Right.
but I do think that Tangi
I think it's going to be a
deserves
fight.
second. It's always a fight, and I
It's gonna
always
be a
think that
fight.
she's going to get there, and then all of a sudden something happens and it changes. She is extremely talented. She's extremely experienced, and does she capture the audience? Yes.
Yes.
She
Does
does.
she have a
She's
great
a
physique?
performer.
Yes.
Yes.
Is she cute? Yes. So what is the problem? I
Does
do
she
not
have
know.
swag? Yes.
Yes.
She has it all.
You know, so Tangi, and I got my magazine in the mail, and she was in front
There
of it,
she
and I was
is.
like, "That's my girl." Love her.
But you know what?
Love her.
Nicole
Nicole Duncan was another person, but her body, I think they couldn't take the shape of her body because
She had to come
she
down.
had the
She had to
booty.
come down.
But Nicole Duncan's awesome. We love you, Nicole.
Yeah,
I
but you
also-
remember, fitness is 2/3 the routine.
Yeah.
Yes.
1/3 the physique.
Yeah.
And someone who's always my favorite is Michelle Blank.
I love Michelle.
I just
Okay,
love
Michelle
Michelle.
Blank is
I just
love
had to throw that
Michelle.
out there.
She's
I love her.
good.
She's cute.
All right, what is next?
Okay, now let's talk about.
Can we
Thank
take
you.
that
All right, Brooke, we got this. Let's go, Brooke. Let's go.
That's my figure page.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk first.
They almost
I'm
overlooked.
stealing.
Hold up.
I'm stealing.
They had to
Stealing.
think about what we was going to talk
I'm
about.
gonna say.
Excuse me?
Okay, so here's my thing with figure.
Bam!
All the
Look at
time.
Nicole.
But that swag, girl. That walk is everything.
Now I'm gonna get myself in trouble as usual, and
Okay.
that's and it's perfectly fine.
Go ahead, T.
I hate this whole.
Look at that
correct.
confidence.
I think Nicole, and I say it to everybody, and I say it all the time. I think she has the best stage presence.
Absolutely.
She walks into the room and she says, "Okay, you know this is my show, right? Can I have my check, please?"
She did that imitation
Now,
earlier.
and I
Spot
copied
on.
you to a T. Now, what I liked about Nicole last year was, personally for me, for the first time, her physique wowed me.
Was dope.
It never wowed me before. I never
Shoulders,
thought
beautiful.
about, like, I never liked her physique before until last
But that
year.
was the
But she
old
was working with
Nicole.
new
That
people,
was the
though.
Nicole that of years ago. She
Can
got
I get a
smaller
can I get
and
a
then she
fi-
got
can I get a
bigger.
finger wave
She
with
got
a
a new
no?
team, too.
She got a new team. She works with Hani now, and that was the change. But Hani doesn't pay me, so moving right along. Latoya Watts will forever be my favorite, and not just because she's my friend and I get to touch up her posing. No, because she has what
She's sick.
is completely different from every single figure competitor. She doesn't look like anyone. Now,
You're right. You're right. Her waist is like 20
it's
inches.
her body's ridiculous. So we went to, I'm going to tell a really fast story. We went, I don't remember what state we were in, but we were at the hotel, and she walked by, and this gentleman said, "You got them thigh biceps." So we were like, "Thigh biceps?" He said, "Yeah, every time you walk, your biceps, it's like your bicep going like this. Your hamstring does it. That's what it does. I'm watching it right now. I should videotape it." So she's amazing from
There she is.
Yes.
to the
Come on,
toe.
look at that. Gorgeous.
From the head to the toe. Now,
Yeah.
one of the things that I was wishing that she did at the New York Pro
Is
pull the suit. She won. Was pull her suit up, and yes,
Really
I
good,
did.
yes.
I got to help her, and I'm
Look
very
at
proud
her
of that
booty.
because she is
She's
amazing
tight.
balls.
She's tight.
I would like
What
to
the difference between, I'm sorry, Brooke.
No, it's
the,
okay.
The difference to me, I think, between her and, let's say, like,
Candace Lewis.
Thank
she's
you.
my favorite.
They're totally
I
different.
love
Lewis
Candace
is
Lewis.
totally
completely
different.
different. But I think that Candace Lewis
look,
has
there's
like a
Bethany.
more of a
Yeah, she did figure it out.
Bethany
So.
did figure.
Candace Lewis has more like of a kind of like that. Like if she was a muscle, like a literally like a muscle Barbie, she has like more curves to her muscles.
Yes.
Could
The
they
muscle
be?
bellies around her. And
Could
we
they
get
be
Candace
one?
Lewis
Could they
and
be
her
one and
together?
two?
I would love to see it.
Absolutely. Why that's never happened is beyond me.
we know why, but we won't say on
But
the
what
fitness
is
view.
Oh,
But
So I will say that this year, the colors of the stage will be nice and bright at the Olympia. I'll leave it there. Do we have a lot of other favorites?
yes.
yes.
I am
can
rooting
talk
for
now.
an underdog. Yes, thank you. Can I please?
Are there any underdogs?
Yes. Her name is. Actually, got the privilege to compete with her in Puerto Rico. Andrea Calhoun. Do I ever pronounce
Andrea.
Andrea
Yes,
Calhoun?
she's from
The
Massachusetts.
twins. That's all I call them.
Uh-huh.
The twins. We call them the twins.
Andrea.
Backstage, you call them the
that
twins.
Andrea. Okay.
In their face, you say twins. So,
I like that too.
Her skin.
I'm
She's
gonna tell
number
you
two.
right
She's
now.
number 2 for me.
Don't need people
As
talk
favorites.
about her. I think they are really underestimating her and her physique. But when I actually got to see it live and in person and compete against it, the girl is dope. Her attitude, her swag, I love it.
I agree.
I'm thinking she's like, hey, I think she's gonna bring something powerful to this stage. And I'm loving her right now. And so I'm rooting for the underdog.
So
no one's talking about her, but I love her.
She has a great look.
I love you,
She
girl.
really does.
It's
You
okay.
really
I
do.
think it's okay.
And
in
she's
compar-
super cute. She's
I think
super
it's
cute.
okay in comparison, but she hasn't been consistent. So
She needs more
she
practice.
she
needs
hasn't
more
been
stage.
physically. I mean, jump in, Joe, but I don't think I don't think physically she's been consistent. Like one show her body would be tight, then the other show she wouldn't be as tight.
she's
And
still-
it could be exactly what you said earlier. The judges might have said, "This is how I want you to come in," and
Yeah.
she's changed it. But I think when she's hard, she looks good.
That's the way I
She's
like
still,
her.
Yeah,
That's the
and
way I like
she-
her look.
she's
Yep.
still
Yeah,
not one
harder.
of
Yeah.
she's still not one of my
She came hard in
one of
Puerto
my
Rico.
personal favorites.
Yeah.
But it's now we have Joan. We have Joan Smith, who came out of nowhere
Yeah.
and was like,
is
so besides
phenomenal.
besides me just turning pro, I'm also coming to make some noise. Joan
Yeah.
is coming to make noise.
She's making noise.
One thing that we talked about before, and of course Dave was at the show and we talked about it briefly, but what people don't realize at the Atlantic City Pro was everybody looked like they were dipped in oil.
We were talking about
And-
that
No,
earlier.
that's not a good
Everybody looked like
That's
that. So
not
the
a good look.
competitors.
But if everybody looking like that, then you better get
It's
to the
not a
look
good
because
look.
you're
but
gonna
you
look
can't-
dry
But you can't. So
compared to everybody else.
But you can't
Do a
always
little
do
extra
that.
oil.
But so could Shanique Grant have been in the running? Absolutely. Was she still
was
in
in the running.
Was
She
she,
was.
what
She
I'm
got
saying
second.
is
Yeah.
wait, what I'm saying is because she have been in the Olympia. I'm talking about the running for Olympia because she had been in the mix in the Olympia. Absolutely. Am I glad that she's not this year? Yes, for a lot of reasons. She has a little bit more polishing up to do.
Right.
She's still young. She's only 20
Maturity.
years old.
Yeah.
But that would have been a great experience though,
But
just because.
just the impact alone, but it's also really stressful. And in
is.
knowing her and working with her, I can tell you that the best thing that she could do is kill everybody next year. Like next year is her year for
But
sure.
If it happened to be this year that was
But
her year,
it still would have been.
she should have just went and showed
I
up and
personally
showed out.
think it. Well, she
Still.
would have because I'm her posing coach, so she would
And she
definitely. She would have definitely turned up. But going back to Joan, I
just
think
got
that Joan
thugged.
is
Turned up.
Turned up. I think
She
that Joan
passionate about us.
is
She's phenomenal.
phenomenal.
She
I
does.
thought that when she graced the stage, I thought she looked beautiful. And does Nicole have a problem this year?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry,
And
Nicole.
I'm
I
sorry.
love you.
Did she have a problem a few years back? Absolutely. Did she get awarded? Absolutely. Should she get awarded this year? Absolutely not. And that's just my personal opinion. I like Nicole as a person. I may never step on stage again. Who knows? I may get stones. I may get stones thrown at me. But this is the fitness
Nah, we ain't
view.
gonna let 'em stone you.
This is the fitness view.
We
and
keeps it
keep
real.
We keep it real on the fitness view.
God.
Am
You
I
don't want
looking
the
to
truth?
make enemies? No. But if you want the real, this is why you tune into this show.
Okay, speaking about immaturity, let's move into the next subject, which is bikini. Does anybody remember our bikini competitor, Nicole Najiri? I believe
Yeah.
she won Bikini Olympia at age 18. Negrani.
Yeah.
Negrani. I'm sorry, I
Yes.
got the name wrong.
Yeah.
18 years old, you're Bikini Olympia. Amazing.
What happened to her?
I don't know. Maybe she went to
I think
school.
she went to school.
college.
I think she actually went to school. I think she was in
Yeah.
school to be a nurse, or she was going
Yeah.
to a
A
doctor.
doctor.
Yeah.
There you go.
She went to go
So-
get that education.
Real life
That's
took
right.
over.
Real
People,
life.
Real
Real
life
life.
happens.
Stage what? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Now
life.
that we're in bikini, what are your favorites? Because my last favorite does not compete anymore. That the Brazilian chick, Natalia Mello. So
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was one of my favorites.
She was
She
my
really
favorite.
Yeah.
She was really my
That's
favorite.
crazy.
Oh, I do remember.
Does anybody
her. I
have-
do remember.
Does anybody have a favorite bikini competitor?
I do, but I'll be honest. I don't think she's gonna.
She's not on the list.
I don't think she's on the list this year.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, she's not on the list.
You
not
know
on the
what?
list
I'm
this
not.
year.
You know, India. She could. I mean, you know,
India.
My default.
Paulino.
Everybody's just trying to get me in
There
trouble
you go.
today. Is that's
no.
And that's Ashley.
Get
That's
yourself in
Ashley.
trouble, girl.
You know, I think with bikini, there's just so many different looks.
It's subjective.
For me, it's really hard to judge. Even when I've been a judge, I sometimes wonder what I'm supposed to do.
You know what's interesting? The bikini
But-
girls are coming in more muscular. They're coming in more
They
shredded.
coming in shredded.
And when what's her name? Natalia Mello. Came
I was
in
just
with
gonna say
shredded-
Natalia Mello.
When her abs
But
were
she was
shredded
hot,
that year,
though.
they
Yeah.
placed her down.
Yeah.
She
but
was hot,
but now
though.
that's the look. They're coming in with the shredded abs.
But Ashley's so small though. She's still
She's
really
cute.
and she's tall. She's,
I mean,
she's really pretty.
I think all
But
the
she's
girls are
long.
just so beautiful. It's
Yeah.
just really, I think for bikini, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, speaking about shredded and looking just absolutely fabulous right now, just been following her, obviously, because she's a species athlete. But Sarah ain't no joke. I'll use the whole name. Sarah LeBlanc is no joke right now. She is, I love her body. No, for real. She's ripped. Everything, I think why you looking at me like that?
I'm listening. I'm trying to be.
We're
quiet.
listening.
trying to
We're
get
all
my
listening.
words out. Like,
I'm trying.
y'all
to be
looking at me like,
I'm trying to be quiet and let you finish.
okay,
your
let me,
statement.
I'm going to look at
Because my
I'ma look at the
favorite,
audience.
and I guess I'll say it, and I'm always ruining her name, but maybe Johnny can help me. Yurishna, did I say it right now?
Why we move the
Yurishna's
subject?
last name is Ayala, right? Yurishna Ayala. That's a bad mama. She's bad. But according to, I guess, standards, she would probably do better for wellness than anything else. But she's gorgeous.
she's got the booty.
I just had to put that in there.
Wellness,
I
no,
think
not
she's-
quite wellness.
I think she's big. Have you seen her in person?
Why we change the subject?
Have you seen her? I want to talk about my favorite, but she's not
That's her favorite.
I'm like, hold up.
That's
thought
her
we was,
favorite.
I thought we was talking about the girl that I.
Madam Yala, we will
I'm not
miss you
talking
at
about
the
no favorites.
Olympia.
Honestly, personally speaking, I don't really have any bikini favorites. I just think they all look hot. Really,
I really love how your Cher Robles is on the list. Your Cher, if you show, girl, if you show up to the Olympia, honey, I will be like, my lip is gonna drop down on the floor
we are keeping
because
it
she just had a
extremely real
baby.
Just had a baby.
She just
baby
had a
girl.
baby, and I must say, listen, I guess it's not impossible, right? But wow, how much training would you have to do? Like 9 hours of cardio and.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Eat
Not if
like
you got-
I don't know.
eat
Not if you got
fish,
that
just eat
snapback.
asparagus.
It'd be 6 months.
Just eat
It's like-
asparagus all day long.
Yeah. Every day, all
Look,
day.
we're like, yeah, we both said, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Ladies, we got to wrap
the
up
chicken
this
in there.
segment. Okay, girls, we're going to wrap up this segment
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
wrap that
We're
up.
coming back later with a special guest. The winner of, let me get my specs on.
marvelous.
The Rising Phoenix World Championship, Miss Margie Martin.
No, we have to say marvelous Margie.
Marvelous Margie.
Marvelous Margie.
Marvelous Margie
Martin.
Martin.
Here we go.
The classic taste of a freshly peeled banana, paired with rich cream for an indulgent escape. A shake so delicious, you just can't put it down. Packing 21 grams of protein in every scoop. Say hello to banana cream from Quest Nutrition. For 7 delicious reasons to love your protein powder, visit questnutrition.com.
This is IFBB Pro, Sarah LeBlanc, and living a healthy lifestyle is super important to me. Are you getting all your vitamins and minerals? If not, you better get demineralized.
The potato chip. It's been an evolution. First, they were fried. Then, they were baked. They've even been popped. But nobody's perfected what's on the inside. Until now. Quest protein chips. 21 grams of protein and only 5 grams of carbs. Chips aren't what they used to be.
IFBB Pro Akeem Williams, what species are you?
The decadent taste of salted caramel. A thick, creamy texture with a silky, smooth finish. The best tasting shake on earth.
A little help here, Jill.
And a whopping 22 grams of protein in every scoop. Say hello to salted caramel. Another delicious reason to love your protein powder. Visit questnutrition.com.
This is Rich Piana, and you're watching RxMuscle.com.
Welcome back to the Fitness View, and I'm your host, Lena Mission. I'm here with Tennille Wonderful Ray and our panel of guests. Please introduce yourself really quickly again.
Jillian Reville, IFBB Physique Pro.
Boom.
We'll let Jenaya introduce herself because y'all not a panel guest. I'm here.
She in the house.
Jana Hofer.
There we go.
IFBB
You better get used to saying that, girl.
That's tough.
Did you change your Instagram and stuff already?
No.
change it.
Look, she's like, I ain't gonna do it yet.
You know, you got people
I gotta
that
let
have
it
the
soak
shirts
in.
ready
Right,
at the show.
right.
Yeah.
I changed mine that night. Facebook
She
and
was walking off
Instagram.
stage,
IFBB
like-
Pro. Don't call me Brooklyn no more. You better have an IFBB Pro behind that shit.
Well, we have a special guest that we would like to speak with, and she is the winner of the Rising Phoenix World Championship. Her name is, did you say
Marvelous.
Let me Marvelous.
Danielle, do the
Margie Martin.
Martin.
One more time. Marvelous Margie Martin.
You go, girl.
Hi, Margie.
Go.
Margie.
Mwah, 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 mwah. You can't see me, but I'm throwing you kisses.
We all throw you kisses.
Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. I hear all you guys. I know y'all having fun.
I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you well.
How about now?
Oh, better.
Okay. Together, Johnny. Make it work.
So I'm gonna just, I guess, jump right in as
jump
usual.
right in.
As usual. But we would love to talk to you for 2 hours because you have such an interesting life. You are such an interesting and beautiful person. You're a wonderful competitor. You started from the bottom and now you are here. Wow! So what I would like to do first is if you can please give us a roundup of just you, like how you got started, what inspired you. Some of us know, but the world that doesn't know needs to know.
How I got started, I started lifting weights early. So I started lifting weights around 12 years old. And so when you're in Atlanta, I guess in certain places in Atlanta, there was Lean Haney's gym. My parents used to go, and they used to work out, in the same area. My godmother, they used to work out. So it was, bodybuilding was pretty much all around me. And I always wanted to be a bodybuilder. So after I got out to the military and I wanted to lose some weight, I was starving myself down. I did my first competition, and I was smooth as a baby's ass, but I loved it. And it just kind of was a passion since then.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
But now let's talk about the fact that you were once, or as America would say, you were overweight, but other people would say that you were just a thickums, right? So you went from that place to having this tremendous, beautiful, muscular, but still curvaceous physique.
Well,
did you ever?
I think I stepped on the scale. I think I hit 210, and then I think that was like my way of like, woo. Because I weighed, more than my then husband. So it was like, and I always loved my shape. No matter what, I always carried weight really well. So it really wasn't about that, but it really started off like when you're on Facebook and you're in all these like fitness groups and everything else. And then it was the beginning of the year and everybody's talking trash, how they're the women's physique just came out and everybody's talking trash about how they're going to get ready for a show. So everybody was like, yeah, I'm going to do this show, I'm going to do this show. And I was like, I'm going to do a show. And then one of the girls in the group was like, well, Margie, what show are you going to do? Pick one. And then I was like, oh, crap, And then so it's like, I was still fat. And so I was like, oh. So I said, you know what? I'm going to vlog it. Because I know that a lot of people they get to see progress pictures, but they don't get to see the progression. So I said, I'm going to vlog it. And I'm telling you what, I was the most delusional person in the world, but I did it. I was a big girl. I didn't realize how big I was until you actually see it now. And you're like, woo, she was lying to herself. But, and that's how it started. It started with a fitness group.
Any and everybody this is possible for everybody.
Absolutely.
None of us was born this way.
Right.
We didn't wake up like this.
We didn't? I did. I did. Lip gloss and all.
Like, I don't know about you. I did, but look, I didn't wake up like this either. I was overweight the majority of my life. I was hitting 180 plus for the majority of my life. So I definitely relate with you on, looking at yourself from a different perspective, being overweight, and then deciding to yourself that, hey, this is what I want to do, and you make it happen. So it is showing everybody that it's possible, and nothing is out of reach.
Did you see yourself here, Margie? Did you envision all of this?
You know what? No. I had so many goal girls. Tennille was a goal girl. Alicia Marie was a goal girl. Carrie Simmons was a goal girl. And then it was just like to a point where you start seeing where your genetics take you. And you start coming down and everything else. And I kind of over dieted, I kind of overtrained too much. And it was like one of those things where I did my first national show and I cried, and I was like, the physique girls were bigger than me. And, I just cried and I was like, I got my ass whooped. And then so it was just like one of those things after that, I just got hungry for it. And I said, you know what? I'm never going to chase a number again. If I'm 185 pounds of muscle, then I'm going to be 185 pounds of muscle the way I want to. So I really stopped having to worry about the scale. And that's like the biggest thing for me was looking at the shape. And so it was just like one of those things that I've just been so blessed to have the right women in my life to be able to show me that, you know what, you can do it this way, you can do it that way. Especially Juanita Bueno, Monique Jones, just like some women in bodybuilding that just really, really just helped me out. And that, you know, you could do it like this. You don't have to do it like this and everything else. So I just appreciate them.
It's the energy, because we talk about that all the time. Like, if you notice the circle of energy and the people who love to help one another and how great those women are, right? So I'm going to round it and I'm going to ask you 2 questions. One is, what do you think about not having the Olympia this year?
What I think about not having, actually, let me see. I didn't care.
She made more money than all the Olympians.
That's right.
I got a car. I don't care.
Absolutely.
It's not even about, I think people always want the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, and they want people to see them, and they want that end result. But you have to understand that out of all those people, all those competitors, how many of the percentage actually end up going to the Olympia? You know, I was like, you know, you have to be happy where you are. And the people who are going to accept you, the people who are going to support you, be in that circle. Don't be in a circle where people don't want you. Okay?
Is one title. The Rising Phoenix World Championships is another title. I think that's a huge title. I kudos to you. I mean, that was amazing. That was really, really amazing.
That is a big thing. I'm really looking forward to some serious competition next year. And I'm looking forward to getting bigger. My job is to recruit. So it's not about me saying, oh, I'm about to win this title.
Right. Live.
It's about me recruiting some females that are too big for physique, because there are a lot of them. And there's some girls that I need to recruit to say, you know what, take some time, build a little bit more muscle in your legs, and bring it on stage.
And I think the as well with your beauty, and I was telling Jenaya that that you guys are beautiful, and I don't know any other way to explain it. I think that she
keeps the balance.
You keep a great balance. You know, when I look at you, I see nothing but beauty. I can't separate. You know, people say, you know, I guess the average brain would say, well, she's big like a man. But no, you are still so beautiful, and I'm proud of you for that, for keeping your femininity, respectably, if I'm allowed to say that without everybody throwing daggers at me. But that's how I feel. You know, when I look at you, I see a beautiful woman with muscle and curves. Same like Jenaya, which is on our panel today.
Well, you know what? The MAC and a front lace wig would save women's bodybuilding. It was
Yes. And some contour, right? And you better blend, bitch. You better blend.
Yes, honey.
And I'm gonna say, with the Rising Phoenix, I knew that you were gonna win that show months before. Your energy, the energy that you were projecting to others through Facebook, through Instagram, and you literally said, "This is my show," and we are completely and utterly proud of you. And we just like you to talk about just that moment when you won. Like, how did that feel? Was it surreal? Did you already know? Like, did you feel it the way we felt it for you?
No, I didn't. You know, I'm very, very modest. So it was just, for me, it was like one of those things that I was like, whatever happens, my mom is there, my aunt's there, and I'm going to be happy. Because I was like, okay, top 3. I kept on looking at the 3rd spot. I was like, okay, if they call my name, just be happy. You made it right there. You're next to these girls. Okay, they didn't call my name. I was like, ooh. All right, so it's 1 and 2. Holy smoke. And I instantly started thinking about Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler. And I said, okay, girl, don't get on your knees and start acting like a fool like he did. But if they call your name, just be happy. If they call your name for second, fine. And for me, it was just like one of those things is for me, it wasn't about winning. For me, it's about being the woman that every little girl who loves muscle wants to see on stage.
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
I have a personal question for Margie, if she doesn't mind answering it. Margie, are you a mom?
I am.
And you know what? That in itself is inspirational.
Absolutely.
Because women think, okay, I'll have a kid, I'll blow up to 300 pounds and my life is over. But like I heard that you have children and you lived a life and you done this after doing the whole mommy thing.
That's right.
After, you know, going through the up and down weight, and then you came and you won a huge title. I think that's very inspirational.
You know, my kids were at the Tampa show that I won. That was the first time.
How many? Two? Two kids?
That was the first time them seeing me compete. And so seeing them jump up and down and like you can actually see them, it was the most surreal moment. It was better than watching anything ever in your life, having a baby. It was better than any moment, seeing your kids see you win and then looking in your eyes. That was like, for me, I was like, oh, I'm done. This is it. It can't top it. So it was pretty surreal when you have that type of support. You know, they get to see why mommy's cranky, why mommy wants to cry, why mommy wants to go to bed early, why mommy's not there when they wake up. So it was just beautiful.
And it was all worth it. It was all worth it. But I'll tell you, if that Wrangler was Hello Kitty, I was coming for it. You know that. So what's next for you, Margie?
I was just like, you know what? I just need to be happy where I'm at. You coming from the bottom.
That's right.
You're not freaking last call out. I was like, okay, hey, I'll take it how it goes. It's not like you expect anything. You know, you've seen better. I've seen better women than me get the last call out. I've seen better women than me freaking swallow it and just move on.
That's right.
And so, you know, a lot of times it's a hard pill to swallow, and then you just push on and keep going.
Absolutely. And you did have some great competition. So it wasn't like there was a great class of women that you were with.
Yeah.
At least
so
20, 25 girls.
Yeah.
25.
And everybody
group.
pretty much looked great, but you deserved the win. You stood out the most, and we congratulate you once again. What's next, Margie? What's next?
Okay, what's next is, well, like I said, I'm going to try to recruit as much as possible. I'm going to try to, hopefully in 2017, I'll have a pro-am show here in Atlanta. That's for women bodybuilders. I just want it to grow. I just want bodybuilding to grow. I want it to manifest into something that's about the shape, the symmetry, the size, and women not to be afraid to be able to put it on. So that's what I really want. I just want women to be able to say, you know what? I don't want to not work out, so let me do this instead.
Awesome, Margie. Well, we love you, and I'm sorry that I'm not going to see you. I was looking forward to see you and just hanging out with you at the Olympia, but I guess that won't happen. But I will be in the ATL, that's for sure. Yeah. Whoop. And we will see.
For Latoya Watts, I hope that she brings it home. Latoya! We want to poke hard together.
Yes. You know, we'll be calling you.
Well, Margie, congratulations again, and thank you for the interview. You are a beautiful woman and a great inspiration to all females and all female bodybuilders and athletes.
Any final words before we have final words
for just supporting the sport. Thank you guys for the interview. I really appreciate it. I really, a lot of people are scared of female bodybuilding, scared to see what happens to it, but thank you for just being able to be supportive of us. I really appreciate that.
And thank you for being a beautiful person.
Come and bring it.
That's right.
Bring it back.
I will. I'm sending them all your way. And thank you for being awesome. We love you, Margie.
Thank you, Margie. Thank you.
All righty, we're going to wrap up this segment here, and we will be coming back again for another interview with a new IFBB Physique Pro, Jenaya Hofer. And we like to thank our sponsors again, Species Nutrition, Quest Nutrition, and ResultsNutrition.com, who will be covering the Olympia coming up. So we'll see you in a few
more days.
Woo.
The classic taste of a freshly peeled banana, paired with rich cream for an indulgent escape. A shake so delicious, you just can't put it down. Packing 21 grams of protein in every scoop. Say hello to banana cream from Quest Nutrition. For 7 delicious reasons to love your protein powder, visit questnutrition.com.
This is IFBB Pro, Sarah LeBlanc, and living a healthy lifestyle is super important to me. Are you getting all your vitamins and minerals? If not, you better get demineralized.
The potato chip. It's been an evolution. First, they were fried. Then, they were baked. They've even been popped. But nobody's perfected what's on the inside. Until now. Quest protein chips. 21 grams of protein and only 5 grams of carbs. Chips aren't what they used to be.
IFBB Pro Akeem Williams, what species are you?
The decadent taste of salted caramel. A thick, creamy texture with a silky, smooth finish. The best tasting shake on earth.
A little help here, Jill.
And a whopping 22 grams of protein in every scoop. Say hello to salted caramel. Another delicious reason to love your protein powder. Visit questnutrition.com.
This is Rich Piana, and you're watching RxMuscle.com.
Welcome back to the Fitness View. I'm your host, Lena Mission, and I'm here again with Tania Ray,
Fanning myself.
Jillian Reville, Brooke Hook, and new IFB Physique Pro, Jana Hofer. I'm sorry, Jenaya.
She's a boss, though. She's a boss.
Look, she took the color girl version.
She did.
Jenaya. Call me Jenaya, girl.
Well,
Yes.
Jenaya, I would like to congratulate you on earning your pro card this year. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you.
Last weekend at North Americans.
Yes,
She
just
looked phenomenal.
she's just a week.
my
Yeah,
God.
just a week earning her pro card. So I'd like to ask you, what did it feel like to get that title, to get that announcement, new IFBB Pro?
I'm getting the chills right now.
Oh,
I still haven't really felt it.
you still haven't felt it?
I mean, I did, obviously, right when it happened, but it just still, like, I have to remind myself. It's just not, it's not there yet.
You know, that's such a huge title. I mean, it's so hard. That's like the diploma of bodybuilding, the diploma of physique. It's the diploma of the whole NPC.
Yeah.
You know, once you
But
get
she's
that
obvious.
pro card.
She's obviously humble, so it's
She
not
is.
like
You see that.
That's
She's like,
what it
oh,
is.
it hasn't
She's
set in yet.
humble.
Look, oh, my God.
It's going to take some time.
Your hamstrings are insane.
Yeah.
That was,
Can I add?
that was from the
5, 6,
Arnold
7.
Classic.
That's from
9,
the Arnold?
10.
Yeah. I did the Arnold Amateur earlier this year. I placed 6th, so I was in the first call out. Class of about 26 girls.
I'm like,
it was
I can't
okay.
even speak.
It was a good
I'm
show.
like,
Girl, what you about to do with that bar?
and honestly, I heard she's only 24 years
Yeah, I
old.
just turned 24 this summer.
That's amazing.
I've
Doing
been,
it while you young.
Wow.
That's
well, I
awesome.
started training when I was 21.
She don't make no sense.
So I've been training for about 2 years now.
She don't make any
You
sense.
have the body of an athlete that's been training 15 years.
Seriously.
I have been active my entire life. Throughout high school, I played sports, volleyball, basketball.
Okay, so that
Did track, and
See,
then
the track makes
She has
sense.
a
That's the
big-
track.
And like I also used to train and ride horses. I've been riding horses since the day I could walk. That's a lot of leg,
Yeah.
That is all
a
legs.
lot of leg power.
Because every time I get off a horse, I'm like, my inner thighs
Yeah, and
are
about 8 hours a
fire.
day, it was a lot. So I definitely have that to thank for. My dad's legs, genetics, definitely there as well.
Nice.
Well, I was impressed when I saw you walk away and I saw your calves. I'm like, see, I'm a calf person. And I says, wow, look at those calves. She's got diamond calves.
Yeah, they kind of stand out. I
Yeah,
guess.
they do. They're beautiful. They're amazing.
Her whole body's beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
Her whole body's beautiful. Face is beautiful. You carry this look very well. You carry it very well.
That's my goal.
Yes.
What made
I
you
wanna try and stay
decide?
this
What
way.
made you decide to compete? Like you started working out at 21.
Yeah,
What made you
I
decide?
just went to the gym and my body just started to change very fast. And of course, then people say, "Oh, you should try competing." I had never been in a bikini before. I was like, "No, this is not for me." Are you crazy?
A tomboy?
Oh yeah, I was a farm
okay.
girl. Like I grew up on the farm.
All were types
I was
of
outside
tomboys.
with the cows all day long. Like it's just that was not my area at all. But then I figured, hey, I may as well try. So the leaner I got, the better I looked, more confidence I got. Next thing you know, I'm on stage, won my first show, and then
Was it in physique? Or
it was
figure?
physique. I was
Okay.
always in physique.
always physique.
I was small. I was 118 pounds for my first show.
Oh.
This last show I was 150.
Oh.
So it's been quite
Oh, she's like, oh.
That's a big jump.
quite the difference in 3 years. But yeah, it's been very good so far.
When you think about your, your age and you're so young, you started so early, like you really progressed fast. But, one thing I really love about you is that you still are like very feminine and you carry your muscle very, very well. You don't look like ginormous.
Right.
Like you look big and like
Proportionate.
your
Proportionate.
proportions are
Yeah.
awesome.
She don't look small.
Yeah.
Right.
She don't look
But she
overly
doesn't,
done.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking to put on much more size. I mean, my body will grow if it does, but that's not no more bulking anyways.
No more bulking.
No.
Like, yes, no, we're
Yeah, exactly.
So if you do grow, would you consider doing another category?
Yeah, I would move up to bodybuilding if I had to, for sure.
You'd be comfortable with that?
Completely.
All right.
Completely.
Still no shoes.
Yeah, as long as I as long as I can look the way I want to look.
Heels roll, no shoes.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Her shoes.
I can't wear my heels. No thanks.
No, thank you.
Well, maybe
for
they'll
no
make you wear heels in physique one day.
No, they better not.
No, that's
They,
over
other
my dead body.
organizations have done it.
Okay, now who's this guy?
So this is Rich Piana. He came down to Winnipeg actually earlier this year, and we ended up doing a pizza challenge the night before he went home.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Now,
that was
who
a
is-
very, very large pizza.
Seriously.
Who is Rich Piana to you?
So he is a very good friend of mine. He is also my sponsor, 5% Nutrition, his company that he owns.
That's a
Me and
huge
Rich have known
pizza.
each other for about 3 years now. Right when he joined Mutant, that's when
Mutant?
Mutant, yeah, he was sponsored by Mutant back then, and he
Wow, look at
we
that
became
pizza.
good friends, and he parted ways and started his own line, and then I got aboard with him, and that's where we are now.
So
Does
he
he prep
is
you
your
as well?
sponsor, or he does your contest
Does he
prep?
prep you? Yeah.
Does he
No,
prep you?
just sponsor, like just
Okay.
supplements. Yeah, supplements, clothing. My coach is Darren Mailing with Freak Fitness. He's out of Winnipeg, actually. Yeah, me and Darren have been together since day one,
Okay.
and I don't see that changing
Well,
for
if
a
it's
very
not
long
broken.
time. No, it's not
Yeah,
broken.
don't
It
fix
just
it.
it just keeps getting better. So
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Now, you mentioned cows and horses, so I take it with a slight accent that you're not from New York.
No.
Or you're not from...
I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, right in the middle of Canada. Yeah, it's pretty boring up there. You just
How
train,
close
eat,
is
sleep.
your closest gym? Like, do you have to drive?
Oh
a
no, I
mile?
live in the city, so I'm
you
I'm
do.
close to a gym.
Oh, you're a
Yeah.
city slicker.
I manage a gym
I
now.
don't need
so.
no gym.
Yeah.
She's riding the horses.
Tipping the cows, right?
Hey, clean the manure and shit. That's the real gym. You don't need no gym when you doing
She's
all
doing
that.
Rocky
8 hours
in
a
Russia.
I wish.
She's got the boulders.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
So tell us something we don't know about you, pretty lady.
Oh my god.
Anything. Anything.
You
Your
got a
favorite food.
No.
No boo.
No.
No
way.
boo.
That's why she looks so good. No stress. No
No
stress.
time for a boo.
Too busy for that.
No, I take that back.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
distractions.
don't get yourself in trouble. If
When
you
is
could
your
do
next-
one thing in the next 5 years, what would it be?
Well, I just turned pro.
So scratch that.
Check.
Okay, so let's okay, how about this? When is your next
Hey,
Show.
she was gonna
Pro debut,
answer. I want to hear.
What was that?
Go.
What was the question?
Where
could
does
she
she
do?
see herself in the next 5 years? What?
I eventually want to be a police officer, so I'm going for my corrections officer training when I get back to Winnipeg.
yeah.
Honestly,
that.
one look at you, they're just going to drop to
They'll
the
be like,
floor.
oh, take my,
Let's put my hands
here's
down.
my gun, take my drugs.
In
I'm
Canada, it's a
sorry.
little different than down here.
How is it?
Yeah, like
It's quiet.
it's good up there
So that's
to
where
be
you
a police
reside.
officer.
That's where you currently reside right now.
We want you in New York.
Yeah.
She's in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
like
that's
I
where
want to
you
start as a
currently
correction.
reside.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I live there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then eventually, just if it works out, anyways.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Just don't turn and don't be no NYPD.
No, it's different. It's different up there.
She's like,
It's
cool,
different.
nobody wants that stress.
And what was the next question?
What's
pro
your
show.
plans for next year? First
Pro
pro show?
debut. No,
Okay,
I said
so
pro
definitely a nice break. I've been prepping since last October, so it's almost been a full year. I'm pretty tired. So I'm going to take some time off, let my body reset, and then I was thinking maybe sometime early middle summer,
Yeah.
maybe Chicago in July,
That's a
something
good
like
break.
that. We'll see what Jill has in mind.
Yeah.
We were planning on doing her first show together.
Yeah.
So, because we've known each other, we met 2 years ago at the Olympia when I couldn't see. But we had been talking, on Facebook, and we had known each other and been supporting each other from before that. But for the past 2 years, she's been a huge support to me. Big part of my support system, definitely one of my closest girlfriends, and I couldn't be happier for her getting this pro card, and it means almost just as much to me as it does to her, I'm sure, because I'm just so proud of her for everything
Oh,
that
you're
she's
going to make me
done.
cry. I don't cry. Come on.
Let's cry together. No, this is beautiful.
1, 2, 3.
Would you ever consider moving to the United States?
Yes. Yeah, if
I
only
got
if
an
it
extra
was-
room.
Only if it was the right opportunity. I'm free to do whatever I want. The way I live my life, I'll jump on anything, and that's the way I've always been. If it's
So
worth
you're
it,
spontaneous.
Yeah,
and,
like
you
I'll-
see an
I'll
opportunity,
move in a
you'll
heart-
just
yeah.
grab it.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
really great of
That's
you. A lot of
good.
people. I mean, you live life. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
the way.
like
to
I
live.
keep the stress away so I can do that. It's pretty simple.
That's
What's your
awesome.
sign?
Cancer,
Oh,
Okay.
July,
June,
June, end of June.
June 22nd.
Okay.
Now,
I
my
could tell because she talking about this carefree shit and stress-free. We all just
No, I'm
like
stressed.
that.
I
No,
have
Wait.
my moments. That's for
Okay.
sure. But
But
now
I
what?
love your attitude though. That's the way to keep. That's a great attitude.
Now I have one question for you. What is your favorite cheat meal? What's the first thing you went for after you got your title? Was it some people
Oh,
it's
no,
pizza?
that-
Well, we saw the pizza, but for some people it's pizza. It's ice cream. Do you have anything that you're like, oh, I won the show. Now I want to eat this.
well, after I get off stage, all I want is water. I'm so thirsty.
Really?
Something cold, something wet. 12 glass of lemonade. But for food, pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, I love my pizza.
And what was the-
Pizza, pasta.
I know we
Me
have
and my
all the
girl
food
were always
questions.
on it.
Now I just have one more question.
Yeah.
Do you have a tendency to gain a lot of weight on your off season?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now
Yes, I
I'm
do.
feeling really good about myself.
Yeah, my transformations have been
Amazing.
hard. I guess amazing.
Drastic.
Yeah.
So let's say
about
if you're-
40 pounds.
Okay, so
In
that's
about
what I was
20
gonna
weeks.
say. If you're
Oh,
50,
yes, girl.
150 on stage, you probably go up to 180.
Yeah,
190.
185 I was beginning of this
So
prep.
I'm not
so.
feeling alone.
No,
I'm
definitely not.
I'm feeling
When did you
company.
ever
Lena's beautiful, so whatever.
You don't know. I hit 185 after one of my shows, and I was like, ah!
And she like a brick.
I'm big as hell right now. I look
She
like
like a brick house.
But that being said,
Back to Jenaya.
I did have to grow though. I had to put on some size, and there was no way that I was going to
Yeah,
do
but
it
everything was
without.
growing in every different direction. I was like, oh, there it is.
And that's when you separate the age, right? Like she's 24, and then
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I
But
guess.
that's part of it. You would say that's. I feel like to me, I don't know how many preps me and my fiance just counted the shows recently, and I think I did 7. There hasn't been a prep yet that I did not put on that 20 plus 30.
Yeah.
Let me just keep it real.
Yeah.
30 plus.
A 30? Okay, all right.
23.
That's
Well,
real.
'cause nobody.
That's real.
because the truth of the matter is, and Jill, come on, Jill is a smaller framed. She's a smaller framed person.
She keeps herself close.
But she's also like a smaller framed person in general.
If you didn't work out, you would lose weight, right? Or would you gain weight? That will answer.
It would depend on what I was eating. But I'm also, 36, so it's not getting easier to get that weight off.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Like, and everybody holds weight differently, right?
Yeah.
Like, I hold probably 5 pounds of water for every pound of fat. Like, it's insane how much water I hold.
But to be honest, we always complain about, oh my God, I gained so much weight, as if we're not eating shit that we're not supposed to
No,
eat.
exactly.
You guys are eating
the all-you-can-eat
buffet.
You deprived yourself in 16 weeks.
No, but see,
Or
some
more.
people. All right, so here's the thing. In a perfect world, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to continue our diet and supplement it a little bit. Have one cheat meal a week. Exactly. And
But I
we
think
don't do
when
that.
you get to a certain level, like for me being, on the Olympia stage twice,
Jillian.
You kind of have to maintain a certain
Jillian
weight, a certain
does.
image.
Yeah.
But
in
certain
the off
people,
season.
but there's a lot of people.
teaches
Jillian does, but there's a lot of. That's why
You got to get back on that stage in
why I
that little ass
called
bikini.
That's why I called you out, because you're
Yeah.
one of them. You
Yeah.
are one of them. Roxy is a good example as well.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Oh, she's crazy.
Roxanne
No one compares to her.
doesn't gain any. What does she gain?
She gains like 2 pounds.
like a pound and a
She
half.
tries to gain weight because she's
It's ridiculous.
I don't like those people.
But
Yeah, we don't like you, Roxanne.
I
we
mean,
don't
the
like
most
you.
I ever gained in an off season so far, which was after my heart surgery, which I couldn't even train, was like 25 pounds. Most off seasons,
And that was only because of what you went through.
Yeah.
I gained 25 pounds in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the week, I'm already up 25 pounds.
That's like what?
I'm voluptuous.
Va, va, va,
No,
boo.
I'm juicy.
Look, we all know where Miss Mission gains that weight.
Jump, get a truck.
This is my work. Yeah, we know where she gains that
Junk in
booty.
the trunk.
Junk in the trunk.
Junk in the trunk.
Yeah. See, I wish mine went
New
there.
word,
Right?
fat and pop.
Well, Jenaya has mentioned that she doesn't have a boyfriend, correct? Or she's not, or should I say she's not attached, which would lead me into the next topic. Why are most top beautiful competitors not attached?
Because we
I know
ain't
some
dealt-
people don't like this topic, but
Look,
gotta be said. Why do you
Gotta
think
keep Dave happy.
top female competitors are not attached or they're not with someone?
Ain't nobody got time.
because they're not gonna settle.
nobody
We
got
work
time
too
for that.
hard.
Ain't
We
nobody
work
got
too
Well,
damn.
excuse me, you just got engaged. Okay,
Well, that's
so
the thing, but I didn't settle. That's very true. But it took a while to get there.
it took a while to
It
get
did
there.
not happen just overnight. Okay, because look, there ain't no such thing. We work too hard.
Yeah,
we're
we're too
blood,
confident.
Sweat,
That's
and
right.
tears. Look, I do it
Way
myself,
too
right?
confident.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Look,
Only
Unless-
a confident man could deal or can handle.
you better be
I
confident.
just say an
woman.
alpha.
Yeah.
Only an alpha. Only a true alpha can deal with
Yeah.
I
a
totally agree.
competitive woman.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
And our maturity level, like
Yes.
it succeeds beyond
Yes,
anything the
that's
more
right.
you accomplish.
Because she
And-
seems motivated. She seems very motivated. She
totally.
knows what she. Any 24-year-old man, they still can't find where they're. Sorry.
Oh
their
my God, you have
penis
to clean up after.
Excuse
like
me.
it's
She's
just
not
all.
doing that.
They can't control themselves.
She's not
No,
right.
no,
She's not doing that.
no. We
Even
ain't
these
dating no
grown
babies.
folks. Right.
24,
24 is a
especially
baby.
for a competitor. You're gonna need someone
Like
that's
35, 40,
36,
yeah.
Whatever. My ex-husband was almost 10 years older than me, and it still didn't make that big of a difference.
Whoops.
Because you got to go up 5 more years.
Wait, I went in the other direction. I went down 10 years.
Wait. Let's pause on that. Have you seen Eugene? Okay.
Which he is
All
a
right.
confident man.
Yes.
And that
But
helps. Though. That
but
helps a lot.
confident
Yeah,
woman, but
confident.
So
a
he
confident woman.
understands.
Now, would
Yeah.
you ever date? I'm sorry, you were just going to say something. Would you ever date somebody in the industry?
Yes. Yeah. As long as it worked. I'm very, very picky.
You don't think you guys will
very
fight over the
particular.
mirror? Because I know when my husband.
No, we
wakes
would
up
have
in the
10
morning,
mirrors.
it's like, okay.
Right. Right.
We would have 10 mirrors.
Right.
Honestly, we'd have no problem.
Every
Did you
corner.
cook enough
House would
chicken?
be mirrors.
Don't open my container.
No,
That's
that
all
would
I'm
that would
saying.
definitely work.
That was one of my fights when I dated somebody that competed. Like, he made his food, and I went over to his house, and he's a competitor, right? So I know that I don't have to, like,
touch his food.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know that I didn't have to bring anything
she ate
because
his
there would
meal
be
prep.
extra, right?
You know
So
better.
I walk into the kitchen all cute, right? And I grab the container,
Wearing a little kitty outfit.
wearing my little kitty outfit, and I go put it in the microwave. If he's watching
He's sitting
now,
her ass
he's
home.
probably dying. I put the food in the microwave and like, do. I pull it out, I put it on my lap, and he said, babe, you eating my food? And I was like, but you got like 20 more containers in the fridge. No, now I'm off one. I'm off one now.
Yeah.
So from that moment on, I made sure to walk with all
In my opinion, like it would just, for me personally, it would have to be someone who has like, I know bodybuilding is very like, you have to be tunnel vision, you have to be focused, you need like to get on stage, it's all or nothing, right?
Yeah.
Can you deal with that?
I can, but you need to also be able to have a life outside of bodybuilding.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like you need to have a personality. I'm upbeat, I'm outgoing, my family's like just crazy when we're together, right? And yeah, that's something that really
Yeah, we
you
have
just
to
you got to
life
have a
outside of
personality.
My
It's-
next
Multi-dimensional.
So you might
Yeah.
be better off with somebody outside of the industry then.
I'm not sure. I really, if as long as they could understand.
If you
where I'm
want to
coming
date
from,
Jenaya,
be able
call
to
me
deal
at
with-
no 555-5555. Date Jenaya.
But I think a problem with dating someone or getting married to someone, outside of the industry, like that's
They don't get
my
it.
ex-husband.
Yeah.
We knew each other and we're together for 17 years, like off and on. But I think it came to a point where I started, I turned pro. I guess like I became more popular or more well known in the industry, and even though he was like a total badass, like he was ex-military, ex-cop.
He was insecure.
Like that's the thing, he couldn't
insecure
handle
with
the
your
fact
popularity.
that people knew me
She's
or
like,
would
right,
come up to me and
loved
talk
you.
to me, and that was pretty hard. That was hard to deal with for him.
Right.
For him.
Okay, I was just gonna say, let's make it go. Honey. No, y'all gonna bring me the cheers on this. Now that was just real sensitive that you said that, cause
Don't you cry.
look, I'm getting real emotional about this because that's the farthest. I know we're supposed to be talking about single, but that's the farthest from the thing that I have. My fiance is by far. He supports me more than I support myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's it.
I'm like, but he had to learn.
Checkmate.
But he had to learn. And once he learned, and then everything is perfect.
Yes.
And as close as perfect as it can be.
Yeah.
So they can be taught,
They can.
and I'm blessed. Yeah. I pray for that man. And look,
They are very rare.
yes, and I'm blessed, and you know what? They are out there, ladies. Top.
We've been
wherever
looking
we
underneath
are.
the table and we still
Yeah.
can't find anything. So,
But we gotta be picky though. You gotta be picky.
Would you date a physique?
Look, I'm like, oh my God. Hold on.
we love you, Brooke. And I actually call her. I actually called.
I cried on this show.
I think the third time I met Brooke's fiance, I called him husband because I knew that he wasn't going anywhere. So he should just know that. That's why I call you husband.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Anyway, back to being single though.
Back to being the benefits of being. How about the benefit? Why doesn't everybody talk about the benefits of being single?
There are benefits.
There's a few. You can do whatever you want.
You do whatever
you live your life. Yeah.
you want. And sometimes when I'm taping a show and people call me and you know that I'm taping a show, it's really annoying.
You know I'm working.
And then I say, who are you again? When you call back, like, I don't want to talk to you ever again for the rest of my life. I'm not fast.
Let's get that out there.
Let me just get that out
If you are
there.
a man and you calling me and you know I'm at work,
Right.
you know I'm teaching classes, you know
Right.
I'm training these clients,
Preach.
you know I'm doing this pros and prep
Preach.
shit.
Preach.
Don't call unless you're paying bills.
Preach.
Don't call
And I
me
don't even
during
want
those
you to pay my
hours.
bills because I'm good.
Well, okay, but wait. If you are paying bills, you can call. But if you ain't paying no bills,
No, you
or
still
nothing
can't
like
call because
that,
now you
don't
interrupted
call.
my flow.
But it might be important then.
No, it's not
You ain't paying no
important.
bills, ain't
It's
important.
not important.
So do you think these men are very insecure?
Very.
And very
Very
They feel
insecure.
very uncomfortable, especially if you're a Miss Olympia.
Yeah, like the ones
Yes.
without the muscle, the ones that don't compete. Like, how could they even? If I was in their position, I wouldn't have the balls
Because
to
they're
walk
getting
up
all
to
that
some
attention.
girl. And,
they're
yeah.
getting photo shoots. They're getting
Like, how do you
they have
compete with that? How
fans,
do you?
yeah.
I don't know.
There's other things that can
Unless-
make you. You can
Unless
be
they're
confident in
confident.
another way.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Just
That's
because
true.
you're not a bodybuilder, but your chick
Yeah, I think
is,
so,
don't
too.
mean that you can't be confident in your own right.
And you know what else? Like when you're dating, like some of our fellow competitors, when you're dating people and you go out and you need to tell the chef, look, I need fish. I need it steamed. I want nothing on it.
No butter.
No butter, no oil, no nothing. I'll drink water for the rest of the night. No, I don't want any
lemon
wine.
in it.
And then you hear this. But babe, you work out all the time. You can eat whatever you want. No,
I can't.
So that's strike one. Babe, you can have dessert. Eat it with me. We'll share it together. Because you're going to go running tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll burn it
Strike
off.
two. Babe, let's stay out. Let's go partying. Because you don't have to work tomorrow. Yeah, but I have to get to the gym.
I gotta do
But that's
cardio.
okay. You can go to the gym anytime. Strike
Strike
three. Have I said enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 strikes you out.
Done. Done dollar. Done dollar.
Oh my gosh. All right, ladies, we're going to have to wrap this up. I'd like to thank Jenaya. Correct? Did I say it? Jenaya Hofer. I'd like to thank Jillian Reville.
Once
Thank you so much
again,
for
we
being
love
here.
it when she's
Y'all
here.
were the bomb.
You guys are
Always.
so much
That
fun.
was like
You guys are a lot of fun to be with.
But girl, yes.
Thank you.
Real. I love the realness.
Yes.
So, and we also like to thank our sponsors, Species Nutrition, Quest Nutrition, and don't forget resultsnutrition.com. They will be, I believe they're going to be.
They're going to be at the Olympia.
They'll be at the Olympia, correct.
It's the Olympia
The Olympia
time.
time.
Woo! Showdown.
And what's the correct date?
Showdown.
I got my dates here, September 17th to the 20th.
That watch though, that Latoria watch
Make sure
though.
you check in, and I guess we'll chat about the outcome and the results.
Looking forward
on our
to
next
it.
episode.
Yeah, I know we're
so
gonna
good
talk
night
about
for
that.
now, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.